interesting month. So much to address, and we're looking at it being the month of Rosary, the month of pro-life. We try to look at something pro-life each week in some way. We look at our scriptures today. First we talking about how God brings his people back from bondage. And the gospel, Jesus curing a man who said, I want to be cured of my blindness, even though the man apparently was able to get up and run to Jesus. Okay, what's the blindness here? What's the fear? Bartimaeus means son of fear. His dad is called Fear. He's the son of fear. So what is the message in Mark there? And then also this week, we just spent a whole week at Priest Institute. Thank you for paying for that. That's wonderful to go down there this time of year every year and enjoy the scenery. Our subject was two really good subjects this year again. One was on pornography and masturbation, really wonderful subjects, if you will, for priests. And the other one was on evangelization. So we always have two different topics. Looking at pornography, that's something that applies to every one of these different things we're looking at. I think it can be interwoven very easily because pornography, we don't address it very often, maybe not often enough, knowing that it is the plague of the modern world. But if we look at it, it's like any of the other addictions that we might have as human beings. It's another drug. It's another way in which human beings lose their control, their power over themselves, and buy into something that literally does destroy the brain, which they're able to show, and personalities, communications, relationships. So all kinds of terrible consequences come from it. So I'd like to look at that in terms of the scriptures that we have today, which tell us, God wants to bring us back from bondage, and there's all kinds of bondage. So we're looking at crisis with heroin or meth or even cigarettes and beer or whatever. Everything can just about become an addiction when we lose control. And sometimes we see addictions that we say, well, there is no hope for it. And up till now, we've actually been saying that there's no hope for a pedophile because of what we've been experiencing for the last 20 years. But there is hope. If Jesus is able to cure a blind man and wants people brought back from bondage, doesn't he want that for us today as much as ever? And we believe so, and that's part of what our speaker addressed. So we're looking at what they shared in terms of the bondage that pornography brings on. And I think they were well qualified. The woman works at the Chancery in Wisconsin, and both of them should be retired by now, but said Bishop Rickon, after seeing what they have gotten into because of their own experiences, has really asked them to go full-time and helping bring the message to the rest of the country, which is what they're doing. And I say they really are well qualified because the man is a science teacher in college, professor throughout most of his working life. And he had his own story about coming into pornography. I know for myself, I was about 10 years old, visiting some cousins, and cousins play in the house, and we came across some interesting comic books in the house, to say the least. And what they're saying is that this epidemic, this pandemic, they describe it, is hitting at a younger and younger age. 6-year-olds. As soon as you start school, you're already being exposed to other kids who have already been exposed to something, who are sharing it with you. And whatever level the involvement might be is kind of dubious, but nevertheless, the images are there that are going to the mind. And unlike when I was a kid, pornography was, like say, comic book, flat page. You can only do so much with that. Today, what do we have? At least since 2002, half the households have smartphones. Most households have internet. Most everybody has the access to the library, which cannot filter what you watch. And so there are all kinds of resources and exposure. In other words, basically, they're saying, no matter how good parents are, no matter how good a filter you put on your computer, no matter how good a filter you put on the smartphone, if your kid has a smartphone, you cannot prevent your children from becoming exposed to pornography. And so this guy shared his own journey. He's now about my age, and talked about how he found it in his dad's room. And Dad knew that he found it, and so that's all right. That's a man thing. That's between you and me. Don't tell Mom. And he grew up with that as part of his life. it becomes as normal, worse and worse and worse. You got to find something a little more risky, a little more out there, if you will, a little more unbelievable. And in finding that, you find that it does destroy relationships. It must closely broke up the marriage many times because they could not stop it. And as it does, in terms of what they know now, literally destroying the brain, the same as drugs does. Now, why did I say he's particularly qualified? The story that he had to share with us was, you love this. He talked about how he just knew because, at first, the first time you get, drink too much, first time you maybe had a drug or something, yeah, that's a sin. Yeah, that's a sin, certainly. Once there is an addiction, you might say the sin is no longer the thing that you're doing. The sin now becomes that you don't get help. If you don't get help for something you know is an addiction, then there's the sin, a great sin. And so he talked about how he just said he had to deal with it. He had to deal with the spiritual side of it, and he didn't want to go to his local priest, which sometimes might be understandable, even though no priest ever tells what anybody says. But so he wanted to go to a priest somewhere distant, might be able to help him. And he went to this priest, and he explained his whole story, his whole life, what was going on with this pornography business thing. And the priest said, hey, we happen to have somebody in our diocese who seems to be an expert at this, has helped many people. And I want you to promise me, will you go and talk with her? That's a little ways out of the way, but okay, I'll do that. And he said, now when you come back next month and tell me about how it's helped you. And so the guy does, and he comes back a month later, and the priest says, how did it go? How you feel? And he said, well, I guess it went pretty good. We got together and I slept with her that night. Needless to say, the priest was a little taken back. But he said, in honesty, I have to tell you, the reason I came here is because I wanted anonymity, and you forced me into a situation where it's my wife that you sent me to. And of course, me and my wife have been dealing with this for years already. So it was kind of a shocker. But we look at the experience he came from as a professor, recognizing and going to scientists, seeing how they had literally destroyed the brain where he could not function properly. And his wife, who had a stroke, half of her body, kind of like Father Hunchreiner up here, with the science that she knew, laying in bed, said she just kept working the mind, work the body, tell your body what to do. Because what we know now is that there is hope for all these addictions. There is hope because the mind has a tremendous, what they call plasticity, an ability to say, okay, this part of the brain's not working, you use another part of your brain. We've got a lot of brain up there. And so we think of those things, and they've come up with a program that is tremendously helpful for anybody, particularly in that kind of addiction. If you want more information in the future, not necessarily for yourself or someone else you know who might be plagued with that terrible illness, seek that information for them. But as we look at that, we think of how Jesus wants us to be drawn out of bondage. And how do we do that? By helping each other, by helping ourselves if we're involved, but looking at the next generation. How are we going to help that next generation in the times in which we live? One of the things we talk about is like 98% of pornography is available free. 98%. And yet the other 2% is a multi-billion-dollar business. Tremendous. Huh? Why? How does that happen? Because it is so addictive that it does draw people into worse and worse things. And so what do we find in our country? We find that almost daily, you get on Facebook, somebody's missing. Sex trafficking. And we find more and more people disappearing into this market that is out there. Can you imagine how terrible that is? Be caught in that? Can you imagine that for your own daughters or your own sons even? Or even older people involved in the family? That addiction is certainly, why they call it pandemic, gone beyond what you and I want to imagine. So we have to think about the next generation. If it's so readily available, how do we help them? Certainly not by condemning, certainly not by saying, oh, that's terrible, but rather through love, even well ahead of time, taking the time to say, if you ever see this, You ever run into anything like this that seems weird? No. Show us. Let's process it as we should with so many things that we see. So many things. Movies, TV shows. I mean, that's one reason I got rid of regular TV. You'd be at someone's house and they're watching a family show, supposedly. You know, here's a gal who walks along and drops her purse and out falls over, what do you call them, dildos? Well, what is society trying to do to us? Society is trying to reform all the values we have and draw us away from the Lord who can heal us. So today we hear Jesus asking the blind man. He said, well, that's dumb. Why did he ask him? It should be obvious. He's blind. He wants to be healed. Everyone that has addictions does not want to be healed. At least not right now. They don't want to be healed. So many will tell you, if you get healed, that means things are going to change. I've got to change. My family's going to change. The way we relate is going to change. And so everyone does not want healing right now. So Jesus says, what do you want? He says, Lord, I do want to be healed. I want to see. I want to see. That's a significant word in the scripture. In other words, I want truth. I want the light, which Jesus himself brings his light into our lives. And so as Jesus offers him that, we recognize he no longer has to fear. And so how does Mark end that gospel? How does he end it? He followed the way. That's the name of the early church. They were followers of the way. He followed Jesus to that fullness of life. So today, as we continue this journey ourselves, we want a fullness of life. We want a fullness of life. If there's any kind of addiction in your life, find help. Find the help necessary to overcome it. If you have friends who might have shared that they're involved, find help for them. If you have children, take time. Take time to, if you will, get heads up in terms of the evils that are there. I mean, we're looking at Halloween this week, right? All these kind of evils. Like, no, there's real evils out there. And those are the ones we need to be addressing. And like Timaeus, not to be afraid. Not to be afraid. But to be a follower of the way rather than a Bartimaeus.